So it was a very difficult game for us. One of the things that we can build on is our players kept playing hard and competing, and we were able to get some guys in late that are young and fresh that showed they have the ability to help us this season. But it was a tough game. There's no doubt that they were the better football team out there.
Questions for Coach Petrino? We'll start up front.
How would you evaluate Juwan Pass's performance?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough night for him. You know, I thought he came out and completed some passes. He was competing, made some good escapes and runs. And then there was a point where he got overwhelmed a little bit by their pressure and their different blitzes that they used. You know, they threw a lot at him. They brought guys from different sides and checked when he checked. And, you know, they're a very good football team. So we can't have the interception late, you know. The interception early, he just put too much air on the ball, and they went and got it. It was a really good defensive play.
Any other questions for Coach? We're going to go over here first, and then we'll go back to you.
Bobby, do you have an update on John Grenard? You know what his status is?
They just said he had a wrist issue, and he wasn't going to be able to come back into the game. That's all they really notified me of.
And with Juwan, how did you you mentioned that there was a point where it seemed the pressure seemed to get to him. Do you remember maybe what that point was and how he seemed to deal with it?
Yeah, it was, I thought, the early part of the third quarter. And they ran through our offensive line a few times. They switched things and brought pressure a couple times that got us. That he had a lot to focus on with the downfield, what they were doing, plus what they were doing on the front. But that's why I kept him in. I wanted him to stay in and have to work through it and keep playing. There was never a question of taking him out of the game. He needed to stay in there and get all those reps. He kept competing. He's a guy that's going to have a great career here, but this was a hard opener for him. There's no question about that.
Stand up front.
What was the plan with the rushing attack coming in, and why do you think it wasn't as effective tonight?
Yeah, we didn't get to remove the line of scrimmage much, and then we got behind the sticks and had to throw the ball and then get some negative yards on sacks, but we weren't able to remove the line of scrimmage, and it's kind of a different tale between what they did and what we did. They were able to move the line of scrimmage, running back had 4 yards, and then contact and other yards, and we weren't able to get that done.
Over here on your left.
There were 4 illegal substitutions in the first half. What was creating that confusion for you guys?
Yeah, we had an issue on the offense where we were calling out a formation that's also a personnel grouping. So the personnel grouping ran out on the field, true freshmen. So that was one of the issues. And then we had a couple on the field goal that we can't have that. That was something. I think that when Jonathan went down, we got a little bit off on our substitutions and communication of the substitutions out on the field. So not a good guy to lose early in the game because he's been the leader of our defense.
Stand on your left, Coach.
This is not a typical opening game. Can it be something down the road, though, that you think can help this team, maybe more than just going out and playing and kind of opening a lot of teams' play?
Yeah, it has to. It has to help us. We're out there competing against some of the best players in the country and great coaching. We've got to, like I told the players, this is not failure if we learn from it. If we don't learn from it, then it is. But if we learn from it and come back and know how to work harder, know how to prepare better, know how to, concentrate and focus during the game, tackle better. We miss some tackles, particularly in special teams, that you can't miss.
We'll do one final question for Coach. Nope. All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Best of luck with the rest of the season.